What's up, guys? Thank you for joining me today on Instinctive Addiction Archery. I'm your host, Jeff Phillips. So glad you could join me for today's video, and I hope and pray, as always, that you find something helpful, something you can use out of this. You say, what in the world are you up to today? Well, guys, I wanted to bring you something beyond cool. I really did. I wanted to show you, first of all, don't think that you have to spend a lot of money to get in this game and shoot as good as you can with any piece of equipment for any amount of money. You don't have to do it, guys. You do not. Face it, there's not that much difference in performance of traditional bows. No matter what brand, no matter what they look like and whose they are and how much they cost. No, sir, there is not. So we're not in the compound world where everything is measured in feet per second. That's a compound thing. All traditional bows shoot within generally 15 to 20 feet per second with the same arrow setup as another one would, no matter what it costs. So we're not really dealing with a speed issue, but what we are dealing with in traditional bows is a silent shot. How quiet is a bow? How smooth is a bow? Does the bow have hand shock after you shoot it? Do you feel anything? Is it just dead in the hand quiet, or is it not? Does it rattle, vibrate, make noise that would spook game, or is it a quiet, smooth shooting bow? That's what you measure bows by. Okay, guys, here's what I want to bring to you. You can absolutely be set up, ready to hunt with a deadly combination for a little of nothing. You really can. Don't think you have to spend big money to get into traditional bow hunting. You do not, guys. I launched the campaign a couple of years ago for budget bows, and it was a giant success. And along with that came a lot of things, a lot of companies wanting to send their products, wanting me to test and try different things and whatever. And I got overloaded with product. I really did. So, you know, it's kind of hard to decipher through every single bow, and you can't knock a bow until you make that bow be all it can be. In other words, I've had, you know, $1,200 plus bows, let's just say over $1,000 bows that shot no better or not even as good as some $100 bows until they were tweaked, till they were silenced, till they were tuned, till they had the right arrow combination, the right string, till everything was done. They were no better of a bow. I've had $100 bows, I've had $150 bows, I've had $300, $400 bows that when I got done with them, shot with any world-class bow that money could buy. How? Because you got to put the right string on them, the right quiver, the right arrow build, get the bow tuned up. I promise you guys, they will shoot with anything else. I'm going to give you an example today. Why is this bow I'm holding in my hand so near and dear to me? Why? Because it's a DIY project bow. That's right. This fast, quiet, ultra smooth, ultra accurate. You see how the thing, I mean, they're touching. This is a shooter now. I mean, a straight up instinctive look and shoot bow. It's a killer. Okay? What does that say? Black Death. Read that, guys. Black Death. You say, what in the world? There's no such thing of a thing as Black Death. It is if you make it. Guys, this is a Sandalita Royal X8. This is a Royal X8 one-piece recurve by the Sandalita company, a Chinese bow that cost between 130 and 150 bucks. Okay? Absolutely amazing, amazing bows. If anybody was to ask me, Jeff, what is the one bow you would recommend for a starter bow, whether it be a Sage or this or that, what would you recommend? Well, first of all, I would say, well, how much do you want to spend? Do you want to spend right at 100 bucks? Is that what kind of budget bow you're talking about? Yes. Go with a Royal X8 recurve. You will never, ever, ever regret it. Just make sure you order it 5 pounds lighter than you think you want, because they come in heavy. They do. The bows come in heavy. This black bow I've got in my hand did not come black. It had a beautiful wood finish on it. I made this bow look like it did. I've got an earlier video, guys, you can check out called the DIY Project Bow. That is this bow. I took this Santalita Royal X8. I took about 5 pounds off of it. I worked the belly of the limbs. I took about 5 pounds off of this thing. I got it down to 44 pounds at my draw. I evened up the tiller because it was a 1/4 inch positive tiller. In other words, it had a 1/4 inch more on top than bottom, which is how they come from the factory. Great for split finger, but I shoot 3 under, so I need closer to an even tiller. So I took some off. I worked my limbs until I got it at about an 1/8 inch tiller, okay? 1/8 inch positive, and the bow was, man, did it come alive. It shot so good for me 3 under. The bow was so quiet. Okay, string. Triple T, Trevor Builder with Triple T strings built me an ultra custom double cat whiskered D97 string for this bow. They come with a Dacron string. I run a D97 string on my bow, and it is so quiet, guys. You see how it is. The bow is fast, it's quiet, it's just a thud. The bow is dead in the hand, ultra quiet, and it is a shooter, okay? But anyway, I reworked my grip a little bit. I put a little flat on the back. I put my wrap on it. A few little things like that. But guys, out of the box, these bows are amazing. You don't have to do anything to them. They're very comfortable grip bows. Very nice bows. And I think they're about 130 bucks. Okay, I could be wrong if they're 140, but they're not much. I'll tell you now, the bows are not expensive at all. And they come with a kit. They come with everything you can think of. But the arrows they come with, throw them away, get rid of them. They weigh 600 and something grains. They're not consistent. You don't want to go that route. Now there are other arrows, like they're separately sold Dragon 8, 9, and 10 arrows. I have a video on those things because I did try them. They sent me some. I tried them out of compounds, recurves, everything. Absolutely 100% stallion arrows. They are fine arrows, okay? But the ones that come with them, with the little blue label on them, no, I could never get those to shoot anything near what I wanted out of these bows. Never, ever. So I didn't use them. I just put them to the side. But you know, hey, it doesn't cost really any extra to get them. They come with it. So anyhow, guys, what I did with mine was I built gold tip warriors, 500 spine gold tip warriors, okay? And I'm running 100 grain brass inserts, 200 grain tips. That gives me 300 on the front, 530 grain arrows. Okay, these are 530 grain arrows. I am shooting a Selway rawhide strap-on quiver on mine. Acts like an absolute absorber. Okay, they are so nice. These quivers are very nice. You can get cheaper ones, you can get Amazon ones, you can get all kinds, but are they this kind of material, the Navcon? No, they are not. Okay, they're not. But still, if you invest in an affordable bow, a good quiver, these arrows are not expensive. The Gold Tip Warriors are not expensive arrows. You can even buy them pre-fletched through Three Rivers. I love doing my own because I like my own cool colors like this. I do all my own, but even to fletch them is really cheap. But you can buy them pre-fletched, left wing, 4-inch, ready to rock. Broadheads. What broadheads am I shooting with this thing? I'm glad you asked because I'm going to show you guys. Let me get this bad boy out of here. Voila. Tried and true Simmons Swamp Sharks. The Simmons Swamp Shark. And I have got these coated in Vaseline right now in my quiver, and they will just slice through paper. I can touch a single piece of notebook paper and just slice it off. I can sit there and just shave slices off of it. That's how sharp my broadheads are. I promise you guys, they ain't playing at all. And the reason for that is because I use a jewel stick, and I have learned how to get my broadheads razor sharp with a jewel stick. So easy, guys. I got a video out on that too, and lots of other guys do. So that's a given. People say, all right, what's a really deadly setup for that? Hey man, get you some Simmons Swamp Sharks. Sharpen the things up. And there's many other heads that you can go with. I got VPAs and all kinds of cool stuff that are just deadly broadheads. It flies so amazing. But anyway, guys, I wanted to bring you this bow in particular just to show you that you can take a cheap bow and have more fun with it and make it your own. Make it a personal hunting bow that you absolutely love. You can do it for a little of nothing. I mean, ultra budget price performance. No kidding, guys. You see how this thing's shooting, and I'll shoot the old bear out here a little bit further and just show you what's up. But I'm telling you, there are not many bows, not many that I know of, especially in that price range, that will shoot with these things. They will not do it. They're a cut above, I promise you that. And I'm not trying to push the brand. I'm not trying to push anything. Makes me no difference. There's tons of good bows out there. You take Black Hunters, for instance. Black Hunter is probably, and you know, they're made by so many different manufacturers, the same process. I mean, they are an ultra mass produced bow, and you can buy them for as low as like 89 bucks, okay? But you can take a Black Hunter and do a few things to it and make a really good shooting bow out of it. You can. That's why they're so popular. But do they shoot with these? No, no, they don't. I've had them, I've shot them, they shoot good. But do they hang with this bow? No, they do not. Very few bows do. I've had many, many different bows in that budget line that shot good, but some shoot great. And these Royal X8s happen to be the great ones, guys. So I'm gonna shoot the old bear for you, show you what's up. Let's move it around here. There we go. We got him on out here a little bit. So I'm gonna shoot this thing a little bit for you. Shoot the old bear. Show you guys again what we dealing with here with our ultra custom budget bow. Black Death. Look at this. It's crazy, man. Crazy how good a bow can shoot, being what it is. I promise you guys, Lord knows, it ain't, I'm not a super shot. It's not me. I look at stuff and I shoot it. But those two arrows are like absolutely in the same hole, dead center where I was looking. I could not ever ask for any two arrows to be more close and more where I want them to be than those two are, just like they were in this deer target. Same thing. How? Because a bow has to shoot, it has to shoot where you're looking. You have to tune a bow so that it's set up to shoot and hit where you're looking. And you say, well, how do you do that, Jeff? How do you get a bow to hit where you're looking? Well, the grip is the number one thing. If you got a bow that the arrow does not ride pretty close to your finger, if it's like way up, even elevated rest and things, you will have to do a little adjustment. It will not naturally just hit where you're looking as far as your elevation, because it's almost like that arrow is an extension of your hand, your fist. You basically you're just pointing it where you want it to go, and it goes. Okay, when you come into your draw and you get into your anchor and you rotate around and your head goes down in it and everything lines up and you're looking at your spot and you shoot and you pull through, guess what? That arrow's going where you're looking, but the bow has to be tuned for that. In other words, if your arrow is too stiff, then your groups are going to be to the right. If your arrows are too weak, it's going to group to the left. Every time it's going to happen. If your knock height on your string is way off, it could cause high and low impacts that maybe you're not doing. So you got to make sure with a bare shaft that your bow is flying true, your arrow's flying true, that your bow is shooting your arrows flat and straight. That's number one. Once you do that, the rest of it is easy, guys. So now you see why I like, and this bow, hey, this thing compares to my Oberon. Okay, now my Oberon is a sweet bow. It is. Is it any sweeter than this one? No, it is not. Does it shoot any better than this one? Absolutely not. It does not. They're identical. I can grab one and grab the other, and I cannot even tell the difference in them. I've got them set up just alike, okay? So I really have two hunting bows that I really, really prefer. But what tickles me with something like this is because it's a project bow. It's a bow that I took a weekend and I just scratched my head and said, you know what? Careful ruining if I don't. I'm gonna make something out of this. I'm gonna get it like I want it. So I made my adjustments, I reworked it, refinished it, made the cool black finish on it, got my custom string, got everything matched up and looking like I want to on this bow, and guess what? It turned out to be absolutely perfect. Perfect, okay? So it has turned out to be a special bow for me. And hey, it's just a cheap bow. But does it shoot with anything in the world? Yes, sir. I could not spend $2,500 on a bow. If I wanted to pay $2,500 for a recurve, the highest in the world, it would not do anything that this bow will not do. It cannot do anything different. It does not. Could not be any quieter. Probably, definitely not faster, unless it was just something crazy, because this bow's fast. Okay, it is. Smooth. Be hard for a bow to be any smoother. At my draw, I draw 27 inches. The feel, everything about it, could it be any better? No. Just like, could a bow be much any better than my Oberon recurve? No. Or the longbow? No. It would be tough. It really would. All right, guys, I'm gonna try something. 30 yards. 30-yard shot at the buck. Out here on the range, I got my tree stand right there. I got him all set up for my tree stand practice. But from back here in this lane, it's a 30-yard shot at the old buck. Could I make it with Black Death? Would Black Death take that deer out? Let's see. Smoked him. Smoked him. Double lung, dead center shot. So easy, okay? That's what I mean, guys. You don't have to spend big money to get big performance. You do not. Man, I am so ready. Lord. So in the world of recurves, I've got a couple of one pieces that I'm very fond of that I plan on hunting with, guys. So I wanted to bring you this video and show you how cool that old Black Death turned out and just what a shooter it really is. Thank you guys for joining me on Instinctive Addiction Archery. I love you guys. Till next time, goodbye.